Well, let's start in Shavasana. Just begin by taking a couple of cleansing breaths in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth, just sighing out. Again, gently in through the nose. Exhale, release. Just let the breath settle in the body and just let the shoulders, the arms relax, the legs be heavy. And just draw your awareness to your inner landscape, how you're feeling today. And just kind of taking an energetic scan from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. And without any judgment, just open and curious, just scanning through and just noticing any areas that are tight or tense in the physical body, and just thinking of that as kind of an imprint of some energy that might be existing there that we could explore in our practice today. This week's practice is tending to your inner garden. So if we think about looking at our inner landscape and noticing those areas, just kind of paying special attention to them during the longer holds and the poses, really just creating that space, thinking of sending the breath into these spaces with healing and compassion and nurturance in mind. This is also a time in these postures that you could think about how to alchemize this energy, how you'd like to transform it. We can transform it into wisdom, something that we're learning about our physical body or about the energy that is residing there in these spaces. This week, we are celebrating Beltane, which is a festival that marks the midway point between spring equinox and summer solstice. And it's a time of really noticing the seeds that you planted at the beginning of spring and really just letting them be, not really thinking about um, pushing or forcing anything forward, but just creating the space here to really let those seeds take in all of that nourishment. So if there's anything that you're manifesting or really wanting moving forward, just setting the intention to create space by alchemizing this energy. Beltane is about fire and alchemizing and changing transformation. So you could even think of maybe little tiny fires in these spaces and the warmth and the heat from those fires, either illuminating that space for you or burning away something that you no longer need. Just letting that kind of be what guides you in our practices this week, and just remembering our growth doesn't always mean we have to be pushing when we're planting things and we're wanting to manifest. We don't have to push so much. Sometimes we just have to let things be and trust in the future harvest that's coming forward. So as you scan through, just beginning to notice those areas in the body. Just inviting the breath to travel into these spaces. And we'll walk the feet in towards the hip. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together For reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana, you can bring the block underneath the knees for support. This week, having support and using your props can be really beneficial. We are going to be holding these poses for longer periods of time this week just to find some space to be and to process anything that's coming forward, either recently in the past couple of weeks or just space to just rest and recharge in this midway point. As you settle in, just noticing the sensations that you feel, maybe along the inner thighs or along the lower back. Being mindful of where the tension's held in the body, and tuning into the breath and finding a pattern of breath that feels good to you. Either maybe an inhale or exhale that's even, or extending the exhale, or maybe you add a gentle pause between the inhale and exhale at the top and bottom of the breath. Just finding some way to bring some awareness to the breath that you're taking in, the air that you're breathing in, and the exhale as you release and let go. Hands can rest on the inner thighs or on the belly or at your sides. Go ahead and remove your blocks and use the hands to bring the knees together. And we'll hug the knees in towards the body. Just take a gentle rock side to side, or maybe a happy baby here if that feels good to you. And then we'll drop the feet back down, cross the right leg over the left, and then pull the knees back in towards the body for Gomukhasana, which we're taking in a supine posture. This is also called shoelace. You can grab on wherever you can, maybe onto the ankles. We're wanting to kind of draw the ankles away from each other. Not too much effort here with the arms. We're not really pulling. We're just going to think about them moving away from each other as we draw the knees in towards the body. Taking a couple of breaths here into the belly. You can also drop the feet down to the mat and just cross one leg over the other. That's okay too. Breathe into those sensations. Feels a little tight in that area. Releasing, uncrossing the leg. Just taking some windshield wiper motions with the knees, bringing the feet towards the edges of the mat. Just letting the knees fall side to side, nice and slow. And coming back through center, crossing the left leg over the right. And if we're not pulling the knees in, that's okay. You can try on this side. Obviously, our sides are different. One side you may feel a little more ease or a little more challenge than the other. So try and see if that's where you'd like to be, or release the feet back down to the mat. Take any posture that feels good here. At any time, you can always lower the legs back down. We're really wanting to kind of stretch into the glute of the side where the leg is on top. You might feel this in the glute of your left leg here. Release the grip, bringing the feet out towards the edges of the mat. Let the knees fall in towards each other for constructive rest pose. And just placing the hands on the belly, or maybe one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart space. Just come back to that breath pattern, whatever it was for you. Even inhale and exhale, or extending the exhale, or taking that pause between the inhale and exhale. Taking a moment to reconnect with our breath. Our breath is our life force. It carries the currents of energy through our body, connecting here with the nourishment that provides to our inner landscape. We'll come onto our bellies on the mat, finding Sphinx pose. Maybe rolling over onto the side and then onto the belly. The legs come out long. You can take the bolster and put it underneath the arms, or even a rolled up blanket at home or a pillow would work. And just pressing into the floor with the forearms, reaching up through the crown and really pulling yourself up out of the lower back and just allowing the lower back to soften, drawing the shoulder blades together, opening the heart space. Let the legs relax here. As you breathe here, beginning to connect with the crown of the head. I'm just imagining a little string of light here. Each inhale, just pulling you skyward, gently lengthening through the spine, creating some space for the energy to flow freely. Slowly lower down, moving that prop out of the way, coming all the way down to the mat, just crossing the forearms in front, resting the forehead. Just take a moment here to notice that pose leaving the body, the sensations slowly melting away. And then we'll bring the arms out to a T and bring a bend about 90 degrees in the right arm. So fingertips towards the front of the mat and then just kind of cactusing the arm. Left hand comes under the left shoulder for open wing. So we press into the mat. We find openness in the front side, the right shoulder. You can draw the knees up and bent. You can rest your head on the mat and play around with where you'd like that right arm to be. If you want it a little further down or a little further up, or maybe you change the degree of the bend in the arm to something that's more comfortable for you. We're really focusing the openness here on the front side of the shoulder, the front side of the chest, neck area. Using the left hand for a little bit of leverage and support. You can also come down to the forearm. That may lessen the sensation a little if it's feeling a little strong. This is a really good way to just help with posture and release tension from the shoulders and energy from the heart space that may be stuck or heavy physically if we're sitting at a desk or driving a long distance or maybe on our phone or computer. We tend to kind of hunch over and round our shoulders in. So this helps to counter the effects of being hunched over for long periods of time. So whatever sensations you are feeling here, just being kind in our thoughts and in the way we are engaging with this shape. We need to come out of it. We don't want to be feeling any pain. If there's any pinching, it can always come out. We'll be here for about another minute.
Go ahead and lower all the way back through center, straightening the legs, rolling back through center. It may feel good here to just bring the arms down to the sides, just to place the right cheek on the mat. And we'll find that same shape on the opposite side, bringing the arms out to a T and then creating that 90-ish degree bend in the left arm. Right hand comes under the right shoulder. Press away from the earth to open up. Bring the hips back, knees back. You can bend the legs, draw them in towards the heart center a little. Pressing into the earth with the right hand, finding where you'd like to be on this side. Taking a couple of moments to make adjustments as needed. And settling in, allowing the front side of the left shoulder to soften and open each breath. Notice if this is one of those areas that is illuminating something for you, or maybe you want to place a little fire here. Imagine kind of the warmth gently burning away, releasing any tension. And straighten the legs out. Slowly roll back through center and maybe bring the arm down to the side. Both arms down and rest the forehead. Or come to the left cheek. Just taking a couple of breaths here. And then we'll bring the hands under the shoulders and gently press back. We'll find a wide leg child pose, bringing the blanket to the mat for your knees if you'd like. Knees towards the edges of the mat, sinking the hips down towards the heels. And bringing the hands towards the front of the mat, lengthening through the spine, bringing the heart center or the forehead to the mat or to a block or bolster. As we breathe here with our heart open to the earth, breathing into the heart space, the affirmation that I chose for this week is I trust the divine timing of the universe and create space for growth. I trust the divine timing of the universe and I create space for growth. Letting that land in the heart space, connecting with that and breathing some life into it if it aligns with you. Bring your gaze towards your fingertips.
And walk the hands up, slowly coming all the way up. Just pausing here at the top for a moment. We'll come to a seated position. We'll take more of a restorative twist here. So have your block and your bolster. And you can stack your blocks in a couple of ways. Just finding the right height for you is what's most important. So we'll bring the legs into a zigzag shape. So bringing one shin parallel in front of you and then swinging that other leg back behind you. And then the side that your hip is facing, so for me, it's the right side, is where you'll place your bolster and your block. So we're going to create a little space here, and it might take a minute to get your block where it's comfortable for you. And then we're going to lengthen and then twist towards that side, walk the hands out, and just rest on that bolster. So it might take just finding where the support is with the blocks that feels comfortable to you. You can change the height of the blocks as well to bring the bolster closer. And then resting your head, just finding that more restorative twist here. Let your props support you. And bring the breath into the belly, just inviting release, tension from the body, energy that we no longer want to hold on to or need to hold on to. Just allowing the weight of your body to just rest. And we'll walk the hands back, slowly coming out and switching to the opposite side. so we can move our prop over to the other side. And notice you may need a different configuration here on this side than you did the other. Butting that bolster up against the left thigh or right thigh if you started with the left side. And then lengthening and twisting towards your support. And as you settle in, just coming back into the belly, just being aware of the breath there. Releasing and letting go of anything that's taking up space. Slowly walk the hands back. And for our final pose, or our Shavasana-ish, you can take Shavasana, or you can take legs up the wall by just bringing the blocks and the bolster into kind of this table position, and then resting your legs on top. This is really good for calming the nervous system. Having the legs up above the heart space helps to just harmonize our nervous system. bring us to a place of grounding and support. Once you settle in, just taking a couple of cleansing breaths and just beginning to let go of the practice today, let go of anything that did or didn't happen as expected, let go of any shape of the breath. Just allow the breath to flow naturally. Let the legs be heavy. Let the lower back and the shoulders soften. If you're at home, you can always take this by just swinging your legs on top of a chair and laying on the floor, or putting your legs up against the wall. Traditionally, that's how this is done, but we aren't always near a wall. Something that's really beneficial at the end of your day. Just kind of energetically reset, let go of any energy that we don't need to carry into the rest of our evening. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes slowly, gently creating movement in the body and reorienting yourself to the space around you and beneath you. And taking your time coming to a seated position to close our practice. Bringing the hands to the heart space in some way. And taking a moment to pause and just connect with gratitude here. Gratitude for this opportunity to find time in your day to connect with your breath, with your intention, your body and movement. Grateful for the space to connect with our inner landscape and to ignite our Beltane fires, illuminating spaces within us and tending to those spaces with kindness and compassion. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. May you walk in loving kindness. May you share the unique gift that is you. And may you remember you are love. Thank you. Thank you.